Yo, what's up, Steven? What's up, Jake? What's up, Barb? Yeah, happy Turkey Day, Jake. What's up, Shantae? Hey, Suya, what's up, man? What's up, Jose? This is what I'm playing right now. What's up, crypto charts? Alright guys, so let's jump into it. So there likely won't be a stream tomorrow because it's Thanksgiving. I'm probably going to be in a food coma, but I'll keep you guys posted on that. So let's jump into today's price action. So I slept in this morning because ended up doing something last night. And what a day to sleep in, right guys? I mean, we got a absolutely legendary pump today. Thanks for the call out, Colin. What's up, Rich? So I want to know, all you structure killers, did anyone catch this? This really sucks because if I was awake for this, I would have signaled this and would have made a lot of money. But what we can do is we can talk about it. We can talk about the setup and why long was down here. So we know kind of what we were talking about back here, right? That we had our 1 hour break of structure, and then our change of character, our change of character, and then our break of structure. So we're in a verified uptrend on the 1 hour. We then SFP'd the low here. We came down, bounced around the golden pocket, did all of this box nonsense, right? This just ranging price action, but we did get a nice setup here, right? So we broke the 15-minute bearish here. Then we ran it down. Then we broke bullish here, faked out on the 15, dumped further. Then we broke the 15-minute bullish here. And then we came down. Actually, was this internal structure on the 15-minute? Hold on. Yeah, okay, this was actually internal structure between this low and this high. So really we just never broke this low. Okay, I feel less bad. I feel less bad. So the setup was really the 15-minute break here the other day, and then just the 886 retest, golden pocket retest. So what time frame was this structure on? Break. Oh, okay, so this is pretty internal. This was a lot harder. You would have had to go off internal structure. But anyway, okay, so we can still talk about it. So we had the 15-minute breaks bearish here. You had a fake out here, and then you get the real break here. You get a golden pocket retest, and then it just takes a while, and then you go. Right? But we have now created a new high on the 1 hour as well. So we broke our 1 hour structure bullish here. And then we broke the 1 hour bullish again here. So we do have a 1 hour strong low here. This may come into play if we break the... Yeah, exactly, Barb. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't as juicy as it looked like. I didn't look at the charts much today, but I woke up and I saw this and I got excited, but it is internal structure. Did play out though, but it's not as exciting as if this was external structure. which is cool. I haven't really looked at the charts much today. So this 1 hour strong low could come into play if we reject off this supply here, maybe reject off the 886, right? Come down, right? And then we come down and break this 1 hour structure. So yes, we are getting a euphoric pump up to the upside. We have left some imbalances behind down here, but we still haven't flipped the 4 hour, right? Which is really what we need to watch, right? So that's why the title of the stream is that we're waiting for the break, right? So we know right now this is our 4 hour high and our 4 hour low down here. So we are, if we just throw on premium and discount here, we are pretty high up in the premium of the range, right? So we should be considering shorts up here until this 4 hour structure breaks. If we do get a break of 4 hour structure, then we can consider coming up to some of these higher levels, right? Come back and retest this trend line, retest the daily golden pocket. This is kind of the last line in the sand before we come attack this liquidity here. If we break through this, like I've said multiple times, should be a pretty quick move up to 98. What did we talk about yesterday, right? We talked about on the 1 hour that there wasn't much volume in here, right? So we talked about how every time we've been in this range here, it's been a quick move up, quick move down, quick move up, right? And that the real volume comes in this area here, kind of where we are right now. So what happens? We break structure on the 1 hour up here, and then what do? We cut through all that area, right? We cut through that area, right? So kind of prepared for this yesterday on the stream. Yeah, hold shift, bro. You have to hold, if you hold shift when you pull it, right? So if you press click, right, it'll do this. But if I just press shift, that's how you do that, brother. So yeah, basically, what do we still have on the chart up here? Good old Boo Boo the bear, right? Guilty until proven innocent is still a bias right now, right? We would love to kill this bear, and we're close to doing that. All we have to do is come up above 93, right? Is this necessarily the area that you want along, right? No, not in my opinion. Not in my opinion, right? The long was kind of down here, or down here, right? Because this is the discount of the 1 hour range, kind of what we talked about when we were back here. But yeah, if you didn't long at the golden pocket here, generally not wanting to long here unless we like get a pullback, right? Unless we get a pullback, come down in a discount of the 1 hour and get a break like this, then you could take a long up to this strong high, stop below the low, right? You just have to make sure that your RR works. Something that we were talking about in the Discord, I forget who I was talking with in Discord, but we were talking about like how to, they were asking me, this is a good lesson to go over here. So they were asking me here, I believe it was on this break, the 30-minute SFP'd here. Oh, there's your 30-minute break. But yeah, so the 30-minute SFP'd here, and they were asking me how to get into the trade, or it looked like it was going to break here, and they were asking me how to get into the trade. So let's just use the 15-minute broke here, right? And they're saying, hey, would you long here? Would you flip long on the break here? Because we got stopped out of our short, I think. And the answer was no, right? Now, why would you not long here? Right? This comes down to risk to reward, right? So your logical target, if you get long here, is going to be the week high, right? So you have to understand that if you took your long position up here, you don't really want to take this trade, right? This risk reward doesn't really make sense, right? But that's why they brought it down the longs, right? Because when you're entering, you want to consider what are you risking and what do you gain, right? So if you wanted to enter this long after this 15-minute break of structure, you generally look to enter on like structure breaks down in this area here. If we look at like a 3-minute, yeah, structure break here, or even just entering at like the golden pocket or 786, right? So if you're going to enter the position down here and put your stop here and you're targeting the week high, notice how that becomes a 3 risk to reward, right? This is a much better trade than just entering on the break of structure up here. So make sure that you're understanding what's my target on the trade, what's my risk to reward, right? Because in this case, the long here would have worked, but I mean, if you get stopped out, you're losing more than if you win, which is not what we want to do. All right, so what are we looking at now? So back to what I was saying before, right? So we haven't broken the 4-hour structure yet. We're still under bearish structure. So I'm looking into this supply area up here to get some sort of rejection. Now the 1 hour is bullish, so it would be nice if we could get like a 15-minute. Where's our 15-minute low? 15-minute low is here. So this would be your 15-minute break. It would be cool if we could set like 2 red candles here, come up, sweep the high, come back down, break that, get short, and then if you lose this, you're much more likely to come recover these imbalances, right? Because that would be a 1 hour break of structure. Yeah, that would be a 1 hour break of structure. So if you're in a long, right, if you've got long down here, you're leaving a runner here, right? If we lose the 1 hour structure here, you probably want to take a majority of your profit there because we're likely coming right back down, and you can just get long again down there. But if we do break the 1 hour structure with the 4 hour bearish, we would be anticipating a move to the downside. I like this posturing on these EMAs. We still have work to do, right? But if we do get a bullish cross, we talk about this all the time. If we come back down to retest underneath that 200, generally a good place to look for structure breaks to get long. So something else to prepare for. Yeah, I mean, I think we're coming up here. But it's exciting, guys. I mean, we have durably broken out of this daily downtrend that we've been in, right? So we've been in this downtrend here. We've broken out. We sustained above it for a little while, which is cool. But we don't want to get too euphoric when the overall trend is still down. But put a 1 in the chat if you're excited for the possible 4-hour break of structure here. It feels like forever that we've had this bear up here. How long is that? Man, it's been almost 2 months that we've had this bear on the chart. And we have pretty durably dumped. So yeah, trading with trend keeps you safe. So again, this could what do we have below us? We have a 4-hour weak low. This could very easily come back down to take out this low. So we just don't want to get too euphoric at the highs, right? Oh, I like this short squeeze. So we talked about this yesterday with the Market Cipher RSIs. So that's pretty cool that we get an example today. We talked about the 80 line and a short squeeze, which is clearly what we're getting right now, right? Right, so you durably break above the 80 line, and then you continue squeezing until you lose the 80 line. Wow, look at that 30-minute. We just talked about this yesterday. Look at that. Man, that's the first like really strong squeeze we've gotten in quite some time since what was this? About a month. Pretty exciting price action. Did anyone notice this that we talked about yesterday? Yeah, this is strength, guys. This is strength on Market Cipher. Let's look at some of our bigger time frames. The daily's attempting to break the 20 line, which is nice. Oh, are we hitting 12-hour supply right now? Oh, this is a 12-hour breakage structure as well. That's pretty cool. I'm sorry, guys. Luna, come here. No barking. What about like our 2-day and 3-day? 2-day green dot. Yeah, guys, if this 3-day 200, if this 4-hour breaks, we could get a nice relief rally here. Hold on 1 second, guys. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back. I like that we have a 1-hour low here. It makes it easier to like get in longs if we retrace here. Get some sort of structure break. Maybe we'll be able to catch something. Or just break bearish. Yeah, let's set an alert here. Yeah, this is the level to watch, like 89.5. Yeah, if there's 2 levels to watch on your chart, it's going to be 89.5 and it's going to be 93. This is 12-hour structure as well. Yeah, if we break this, we could get a really nice move to the upside. Fantastic. Yeah, Ligma, well, if we don't break the 4-hour here, we would anticipate it to come attack the weak low, the 4-hour. Put in a new low. Man, look at this squeeze. That's so crazy to me that we literally just talked about this strategy yesterday, and we're getting like one of the best examples we've had of it in forever. That's pretty cool. Did we tap demand supply here? Not quite. Not quite. We're in 12-hour supply. Yeah. Up until structure breaks, guys. Just gonna keep squeezing. When did we get 15-minute cross? At the same time. This candle here. Break the 80 line up and away. ETH just broke 4-hour structure up. Alright, let's take a look at ETH. Ooh, ETH is trying to break 4-hour structure. That's cool. So man, look at how clean that bottom was on ETH right off the golden pocket. Right off this decision block that we were talking about. It's nice. I like a 4-hour break out of this decision block. ETH looks good. So if we can break the 4-hour structure here, can look to get long. And leave runners again, which will be, December could be a good month if we start to clean up these charts a little bit. It's not closed yet, bro, so wait for it to confirm. Let's look at some of these other alts here. Sol's trying to break 4-hour. Make a break point here. Yeah, we're at kind of the final boss. This is the final boss here. We should have an answer over the next couple days, which is pretty exciting. I would love to take the bear off the chart. People don't really... Okay, did we tap it? No, we still didn't tap it. Not close enough. We're splitting hairs, but we didn't set like a nice low here. All right, cool, guys. Any questions about anything related to the Bitcoin TA? Or anything you guys want to talk about before we move on to altcoins? Okay, Jenny. So, Jenny, what was your plan when you entered the short? What's up, 32? Good to see you, bro. You had to stop at 90? Alright, brother. Well, I can't... This is not financial advice, of course, but hope is not a strategy, brother. This is strength here. If we start to see some structure breaks, it would make more sense to come down, but right now, the trend is up. I can tell you that we have a 4-hour week low below us, but we also have a 4-hour high right here that we could take. Yeah, man. What I would advise you to do in the future, make sure you're not using cross leverage. If you're using isolated leverage, make sure that your liquidation is just like a little bit above your stop loss to prevent something like this from happening again. I can't really give you odds for it coming back down there because right now, like the 1 hour, 15 minute, 30 minute all say bullish. Okay, yeah, Jenny, I think that's probably a good idea because look at it this way, man. If you break back bearish on like one of these like midterm time frames, like 15 minute, 30 minutes, something like that, you can always jump right back into the short, right? It's a lot better than holding something that's, you know, I think that's a smart decision, brother. There is no hope. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I hesitate to tell people to like close a trade, but yeah. If your plan was to get out at 90, I mean, we're at 91. Turkey or ham? I like them both. Okay, cool, guys. Well, if there's any altcoins you guys want me to look at, we're starting to get some interesting charts on altcoins, so maybe I'll be able to actually look at them for you guys. So if you want to throw those in chat, I'll take a look. All right, we're coming into supply right now. Hey, what's up, Cuban? Good to see you, brother. Of course, I'll look at Sol for you. All right, so we've hit the supply. We'll check back on Bitcoin in a second, see if we get a reaction off that. All right, start with the 4 hour. Solana. Okay, so you have a 4 hour break of structure at 144. Man, Sol did people dirty. Look at this. So they gave you hope with this 4 hour break. They swept all the liquidity, and now if they come up and put in the real break and go, that would frustrate a lot of people who got long with this break here. So I would set an alert at 144.80. You're looking for a 4 hour close above there. If you get that 4 hour close above there, you can come for some of this liquidity up here. Next resistance level I have is like 158. That makes sense to me as like a target if we break the 4 hour structure here. Oh, this is nice. Okay, so two things that this 1 hour is telling me. So there's a couple opportunities in both direction. So I like that the 1 hour low is so close to price here for one of two reasons. So if you break your 1 hour high here, if you break bullish here, that's a pretty easy stop loss, right? What is that, like 2% to get in on the 1 hour trend, which could be a nice trade here. So I would look for that on the 1 hour if we're able to close above 144.80. Alternatively, if we SFP the high here, it gives us a great entry for a short if the 4 hour structure doesn't break, right? Because similarly to the downside, right, it'd be a nice stop to come target all of this liquidity. That's juicy to me on the short side as well. Let's see. Yeah. Not bad, Cuban. We could be getting some upside on Sol. We should know over the next couple days. I might have to like do a stream on Friday or something because we're getting close to some of these special levels here. You in a position right now, Cuban? Yeah, Bearded, it does. I mean, we can just look at that right now. All right, so the 20-minute. You get your bullish cross here, underneath the 200, underneath the 200, underneath the 200, underneath the 200. Continuation. If we look at previous uptrends, cross bullish, underneath the 200, underneath the 200, underneath the 200, and then you get your bearish cross here above the 200. So this was a short squeeze. We never even came back to it. Look at that. Yeah. Generally, it works pretty good to the upside as well. Pretty easy strategy for entering into the trends. I bought the last batch of spot at 122.98. 49 sold at an average price of 130. Hey, nice, bro. Yeah, you're chilling, brother. You're chilling. Chilling. If we 4 hour SFP and then 1 hour structure break, that's when it would look a little bearish. Until that happens, you're chilling. I'll get to these other altcoins, but I just wanted to point out, I was looking at Sui because Bearded said he was in from a really good price, like 130. 133 or something. By the way, awesome bearded. But I was looking at Sui down here, and Sui had the absolute best low out of all of these coins, and that's why you saw such a big reaction here. Sui actually got a J-Pow pattern at the lows on the 4 hour. That's pretty sick in my opinion. I think Sui's coming for all of this liquidity. I think Sui's probably coming up to like 180, which is awesome. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out. I thought that was cool. So it's the EMA strat. So it's on my channel. It's a video. It's called Trading Doesn't Have to Be Hard. This EMA strat proves it. So it's applying that strategy to the 20-minute on Bitcoin. Yeah, Bearded, nice trade, bro. Fantastic entry. 133, bro. It's like that, the absolute lows, man. Jatin, so if the beginning of the stream I go over Bitcoin, so after the stream if you go back and watch like the first 20 minutes, I give like the bullish and bearish scenarios for Bitcoin. Basically, if Bitcoin breaks 93, you would look for continued move upside. That's a 12-hour break of structure. If Bitcoin breaks 89,500 to the downside, you're probably coming back down into like the like 87 area at least. AVAX broke structure. I'll look at that real quick and then I'll start the list over, bro. All right, let's look at spot. Yeah, spot, it's already been out of this pattern for a while. It's just been in a downtrend. You did have a 4-hour structure break, and it's starting to take off here, which is nice. Let's see. Perps, it didn't break the week low. Week low's all the way down like $8. So if you're talking about the spot chart for AVAX, yeah, you're out of the overview pattern, and it starts to look bullish for the first time in a while here. Yeah, like no 4-hour breaks all through here. Literally none. No 4-hour breaks. Yeah. But it is tradable now. You had a 4-hour look, so you get your 4-hour bullish break of structure and you begin to pump. Yeah. AVAX is definitely tradable, brother. Definitely tradable. I would, for those that have like crazy death wicks like that, yeah, I would use like the Coinbase spot chart to determine that. Of course, man. Okay. Ondo. Yeah, we can look at Ondo. Oh, excuse me. That was all right. Okay. So Ondo has a 4-hour structure break at 5.4. That would be kind of the level you'd be looking to break to come attack some of this liquidity. So I would set my alert there. Right now, you have some unmitigated 4-hour supply up here. Around like 535. break the 1 hour here, you range sideways. Yeah, so two scenarios I see on Ondo. Either you set some structure here and then you break it without breaking the 4 hour, and you're looking for a short back down into this liquidity. Otherwise, if you break the 4 hour, you're looking for continuation to the upside to come attack the liquidity. What's not mitigated? It's been mitigated, up to probably 62 cents. You break 4 hour structure, you're probably making your way up here unless you break the 4 hour back bearish again. Or you SFP. That's what I see on Ondo. Yeah, either a short out of the supply or continuation up to 62.5. What's up, Fegger? What's up, Bull Runner? Kaido? What is Kaido? Oh, interesting. Okay. Alright, so Kaido is under bullish 4 hour structure. So we can look to play that. Came back down to retest demand here. Bounced out of this 1 hour order block. Coming back up. What's Bitcoin doing? Nice. Strength. Yeah, I just look to continue to play the 15-minute structure to the upside. Oh, this is all 15-minute structure. You might have to zoom in a little bit here. Okay, so you have 5 minute. Oh, Kaido's actually in an interesting level for me right now. I like this. I like this. Oh, sorry, taking off. Yeah. Yeah, I like this trade on Kaido. If you lose 5 minute on this, you're likely coming back down to this demand here, and you'd be looking for a bullish breakdown there. I also like, if you're going to get a bigger correction, I like a long from down here in the like 70 cents area. But yeah, you have a 4 hour weak low above you, so you can ideally leave a runner up to that 4 hour weak high, so it can turn into a pretty nice trade. But this is a simple order block retest, right? Break of structure. Yeah. Come back, retest the order block. If you take the low, it's going to be downtrend, probably coming back down to at least 74 cents. Not bad, but I like Kaido on the 4 hour. I think you come attack this week high. It had a really nice 4 hour break of structure, golden pocket retest, continuation to the upside. It's not bad. Okay. We already looked at Soul Bar. We can look at XRP. Yeah, it's still all internal structure on XRP between 310 and 177. Almost ate the wick here. I mean, you break out of the trend line, you're pumping up. But yeah, it's not much structure analysis I can do on this because it's all internal structure. Yeah. All right, so Zek, you're. Oh wait, where's my Zek chart? All right, so you still have your 4-hour strong low down here at 366. Consolidating at the golden pocket here. Yeah, so we called this J-Pal pattern at the highs here. Coming down. Did we break any structure coming out of this? No. So the 1 hour is still bearish here. We retested supply. We retested supply. We've come back down. Can zoom in a little bit. And then we got a little J-Pal. We got a J-Pal at the lows here, and then a J-Pal short here. Come down, flip the 15-minute back bullish here, and now we've been pumping out of it. Kind of retesting previous highs right now. Yeah, I'd be interested. In this 15-minute order block golden pocket confluence, I could see a trade like this. What's the risk to reward? Not the best risk to reward. Do we have any confluence? So the 4 hour is bullish, but the 1 hour is bearish. So you could leave a runner on this, but yeah, I mean, I like this level, but the RR is not really there. It's not even a 2-to-1 for me. But I think Zek is fine to, like, if you're holding spot as long as this 4 hour strong low doesn't break. You're still looking to come back and attack this week high. We kind of put in liquidity above all these highs. Yeah. Nothing really concerning on the Zek chart. But really, we need to break the 1 hour back bullish. Let's see. But that 1 hour high is still way up here at 647. Yeah, Zek is not, in the way that I trade, it's not really exciting for me here because it's only at 1.7 risk reward and I don't see any bigger time frame plays. Unless you're playing, what is that? Yeah, not that exciting for me right now. We have a weak high above us still on the 4 hour. 4 hour is still bullish. All right, cool, guys. Did we get through them all? Let's take a look over at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's pumping. So we're at the 886 now. Yeah, levels remain the same for me. So we have a 15-minute low here at 90K, but the 1 hour low is at 89.5. If we break that, starts to look like we can come attack this liquidity down here. Otherwise, you're waiting for 93K to break for continuation to the upside. Yep, make sure you have an alert at 93K. All right, guys. Awesome. Well, thanks for stopping by on the stream. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, ring the bell, join the free Discord in the description. As always, my name's Wave Cipher. Much love. Trade safe. Wave Cipher out. Have a fantastic Thanksgiving. Tell people in your life you care about. Tell them you love them. All right. See you guys later.